I'm adding this to the beginning of the video that I shot that's going to be posted today. I forgot to add this into the video. Today is March 8th, Sunday, 2026. You are looking at 5 David Austin roses, and I will be adding photos of what these flowers will look like once they get bigger. I ordered bare root, so you have to soak them for a minimum of 2 hours to rehydrate them, and that's what they're doing now. 3 of these are going into the vegetable garden, and I'll explain that in the video of where those are going. And then 2 of them are ramblers, which are basically like a climbing rose, and I need to set up trellis for them. But the types that I got is Munstead Wood, and this one is Bring Me Sunshine, and I remember this one is a really pretty yellow and orange flower. Wedgwood Rose, The Lady of the Lake, and this one is Melvern Hills. So I will include pictures so you can see that. And then I also got 2 grapes. I got a red table grape and a green table grape. It's already got flowers on it. And then these are some of the seedlings I started. They really need to get planted. Tomatoes. I got a ton of tomatoes here. They all need to get planted. And then I have a flat up here of marigolds and petunias. These are going to go out in the front garden. And then up there I've got 3 lilacs that will grow in zone 9 that I had ordered bare root. I got them planted and they are now leaving, or they're coming out with their leaves. So I will be planting them too soon. So I will post that in a future video. But as of right now, this is some of the seeds I've got started. It's chaos in these seed trays, just for the simple fact that I'm having to deal with a lot of stuff with Icy, my bulldog. She was just diagnosed with cancer, so it's put me behind on some of my gardening stuff. So, but anyway, the next part of this video will be the pictures of the roses that I have in the bucket, and then it will go to the original video that I recorded prior to this when I realized that I had forgotten. So, thanks. Welcome to Sun and Star Farm. Are these not just beautiful? God, video just does not do them justice. So, I'm starting out in the flower garden area. Just to give you a quick, see how the bottom branches don't have leaves? It's because my chickens are getting in here and they're eating it. The Vitex is getting leaves. I need to come in here and trim this up. The pear trees are doing good. They're pretty much all leafed out. So that is, you see the chicken right there. You see how all this needs to get cut out. And then I don't know if you can see that red rose at the top. Well, it'd help if I get you in the center of the screen. This rose bush. This wasn't supposed to be a climber. It was supposed to be just a shrub. But as you can see, this thing is freaking huge. And it goes up and over my trellis. It's starting to put on some roses. These are really bright orangey red. This is just a Walmart rose. It's one of the Serenity line from True Bloom. You need to come out because the cow vine is growing on it, and I need to cut it off of it. I have to do that every year multiple times. I don't deadhead my roses. I don't have the time. But I am going to come out and clean this up, do some pruning because it's kind of gone all bananas. So, got that. And then this pear tree. I have bricks around the bottom because the chickens keep trying to dig up my roots. This pear is doing pretty good too. I see a few spots on their leaves, but for the most part it's looking good. Troublemaker chicken. What are you doing out here? Yeah, you know you're not supposed to be in here. Bad chicken. So this video is going to be fairly short. I didn't do too much this week. My dog was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. She's an old English bulldog named Icy, and that has pretty much absorbed most of my time, but I have gotten some stuff done out here. I don't remember if the flowers were planted around the fruit tree. The peaches have gotten much bigger. They look great. The plum tree hasn't done much, but it really has leafed out. It looks really good. And this just happened like 2 days ago. My first apple blossoms on my Anna apple. And then I did white and orange around this one. And then the purple and gold around my other peach. And the peaches are looking good on this. I hope they don't fall off, but they look good. And then I need to cut these two suckers off of my apple tree. I need to cut those. I'm going to try to root them, not necessarily to produce apples for me, but to plant out in my farmyard area to provide shade and have a non-toxic plant. But pretty much the garden has, so not much has changed in the garden from my last video. Sorry, I had to delete some files. My phone is at the end of its memory. I need to get a new memory card. But my flower box has kind of exploded. I've got cannas, and I'm seeing some dahlias coming up. My celosia. It's got some lupin, which is basically like bluebonnets. I have one balsam coming up, some zinnia glads that are coming up. Then I also have some calendula that's coming up, some coxcomb, some more cannas. Sorry, my brain is fried. And then I got some dahlias coming up, some sea holly, which is the first time I've grown blue sea holly. I'm really curious to see how it does here. Dahlias, and then another canna. These are all Walmart bought bulbs. The seeds come from multiple different locations. And then I got both of these beds built last week and brought it out here. I need to get them filled. It's on my agenda, but right now all of my extra money is going to the vet to take care of Icy. So if I need to get it done before my bulbs get here. I've got, of course, these 3 rose bushes that need to be planted. I have a blueberry plant that needs to be planted. Look at all the blooms on that bad boy. Look at a bunch of blueberries. I'm going to plant this in a pot because we don't have enough acid in our soil. It'll just die. So it will be kept in a pot so I can control the amount of acid fertilizer I put in with it, so that way it will thrive here instead of die. And then I got, isn't that beautiful? I don't know if I showed this in the last video. It's a Proven Winners Chiclet Orange. But it's an Esperanza, which they do well here. I'm not sure if this is going to be planted in here or if it's going to go in my flower garden over there. Called course, this rose needs to be pruned. It has not gotten done. I've got a bougainvillea that needs to be planted. But the cabbages are looking amazing. The onions are looking amazing. The little violas have come back to life. The sweet peas in the middle are looking good. And then, oh boy, the rain that we've gotten today. It's been raining all day, so I haven't really got to come out and do anything today. But I've got runner beans and pole beans, and I did every other one as a runner and a pole. So that way I'd get a variety. One, because I like the runner beans flowers. I did pink runner beans, red runner beans, and then one that's called Sunset that's kind of orangey. So that's what's along this 2 trellises here are pole beans. I planted pole beans and runner beans here. Nothing came up. So I'm going to add dirt. I take that back. I have 1 bean that came up there. But other than that one, nothing came up here. So I'm going to add dirt and replant just plain pole beans there. All of the different variety of poppies that I planted are doing good. I'm seeing some yellowing on the leaves. The weather's been really weird. And then Cucumber City, along with goldenrod. So much goldenrod. So much weed. Oh. Yeah, this is all goldenrod right here. But I'm letting it grow because I like goldenrod. It's beautiful. It actually has medicinal purposes. Eventually I'm going to dig up most of it and plant it in my flower garden over there once I get the chicken situation taken care of. But baby cucumbers, right there, right there. And I planted a Tokyo Japanese cucumber that's supposed to tolerate the heat. I planted corn here, but the only thing I'm seeing coming up is zinnias from when I had a zinnia plant over here. There's zinnias coming up everywhere over here. So I'll be coming over here and pilfering those and replanting them someplace else. Wondering what's going on with the corn. It should have started coming up by now, but our weather has been weird. Lollipop Gaillardia. Is that not the coolest? And then I've got some regular looking Gaillardia. More lollipop. This one's more of an orange, and then these ones are yellow. So these I planted in the fall. And I had to laugh. I planted peas in the fall, and none of them came up. But now I've got this random pea plant, which I will leave that there because I don't like their roots disturbed. And I guess I'll just have some garden snacks. The radishes, a couple of radishes I have in here, and the weeds are doing good. I got some daylilies in the back, and of course that bush still needs to be weeded. This bed still has not been touched. This area in the center, this all needs to be weeded. The outside edge is going to be planted with tomatoes, but the inside where these bricks are, I'm planting those roses, or at least 3 of those roses are going to go in here. So it'll be like a rose on this side, rose on this side, rose on this side of the bricks, and then that way I'll have roses here. 2 of the roses I bought are ramblers that are going to need a trellis, and I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with that. Over here, I don't have anything planted, but I'm going to do peppers and tomatoes on this outside edge. I do have potatoes. Blue potatoes are on this side. Yukon's on the other side. Outside edge is green beans, and they are coming up. This all needs to be weeded. Of course, I've got more of that Gaillardia here. And then my blackberries are starting to get new leaves. So fingers are crossed. I'm seeing a lot of new branches. So I'll be working that into the trellis. Here, I've got pole beans I want to plant. I know, I plant a lot of beans, but it's the one vegetable my husband loves. So I do want to come through here. There is a walk space that is right there. I want to do a whole row of, in between the Yukon potatoes and the blue potatoes of marigolds to help with French marigolds to help with nematodes. A massive gaillardia plant. This neat's got quite a bit of weeds that need to get pulled out. This is lemon bee balm. A lot of it died because of the freeze, but a lot of it didn't. So I need to go through and clean it up and see what's going on. I may have some other things in here because I planted a whole bunch of stuff in the fall. But I'm thinking pretty much most of it died during the freeze. This was cinnamon basil, but I left it here for the seeds to fall, and hopefully a bunch of the seeds will come up here. This looks like a hot mess, but this is lemon balm, mountain mint, broadleaf sage, and fennel. It looks like a hot mess. It's always a hot mess in the spring, and then it becomes this big, massive thing. I don't like digging into it because I've grabbed a copperhead on accident. Yes, a copperhead. In here, I touched it, I jumped back, then I saw what it was, and then I about had a heart attack. So I don't go digging around in this much because for some reason that freaked me out. So now I'm afraid of this bed. I know it's ridiculous, but that's just the way it is. And then this center banana, I think it's just dead. It's so darn squishy. I want to get something to cut it down, but the pups are doing awesome. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get bananas this year. I don't know. So not much else is going on here. A lot of weeds. Need to come and weed this out. I do have things that are growing in here that aren't weeds. Or I did. I may not anymore. I don't know. I had pineapple mint growing here, and I had orange mint over there, but, well, yeah. Orange mint. It's right here. So, oh, nope. This is spearmint right here. It's variegated. No, the pineapple mint is variegated, right? Oh, I don't know anymore. I think this is the spearmint and this is the pineapple mint. It has spread out and moved around. So once again, yeah, there's more of it right there. That's the pineapple mint. It's a variegated. So I need to come and clean this out. It's on my to-do list. When I have a free living moment, it'll get done. Unfortunately, it got hot. My pak choi went to flower. Does not surprise me. I'm never fast enough. And then this is arugula, which is now going to flower. So that'll all go to the chickens. But right now I'm leaving the flowers because the honeybees seem to love them. I got some mustard greens and some Old Tokyo, which is a type of mustard green. And then the dock that's right there. And it's coming up and it's really pretty. Rhubarb is looking fantastic. It does not grow as a perennial here. It gets too hot. So I'm excited for these stalks to get a little bit taller so I can start cutting and putting in my freezer. I planted it for the purpose of being an annual. I think this is just plain dead. This was a Chinese lantern. I don't think it survived the freeze. So that will be pulled out. And my thought process, I have a wild rose. It's actually the rootstock. Another rose had been on. The rose had died. I trimmed it back thinking that it was dead. This has come up in its place, which I'm saying it's rootstock. Because the roses are very wild rose-like, but they're kind of like a red. This needs a massive pruning. It's got definitely a issue going on. So I'm going to come and do a heavy prune on this. This is my white rose bush. It struggles back here. We don't get enough sun. So, but it's over the grave of my dog, so it will stay there. but it just needs some TLC, major TLC. Over here, I've got lemon thyme, French thyme. Are those not beautiful? Those are ranunculus. I planted 15 and only got, what, 1, 2, 3, I think 7. Only 7 came up out of 15, which I'm not happy about. One specific color, I had like a white one that did not come up at all. So far everything's been either the rose color or this soft pinky color. And this is about to open. This is another Walmart. It's called Chicago Peace, and it's got like a dark pink into peachy color roses. So I'm excited to see this bloom. Lamb's ear is gone bananas. And then I've got, this is chocolate mint. Probably shouldn't have planted it in here, but it looks really good. Lettuces all look really good. The kale. God, if I need to plant that as just something pretty to plant in the front garden. That is so beautiful. I need to come and prune it and cut it and use some. I've got a couple of recipes I'm going to be cooking here because I need to use it. And then hidden underneath of it, my fig tree. All of these roses are going to come out of the pots and get planted into the garden. That's on my to-do list. Strawberries are looking really good. Tons and tons of baby strawberries. I mean, talk about prolific. Holy macaroni. And this is chives. And then I got some more snapdragons, 2 types of variegated sage. And then this is tarragon. Looking good. I need to come out here and cut some of this stuff back that's dead. So, snapdragons. Here's more of that. Is that just not beautiful? God, that is so pretty. Anyway, Jeremy's tea tree is doing good. It's got blooms. There's a little bit of frost damage on it from when we had the freeze, but not bad. And then wasn't sure if the hibiscus survived. I have not seen proof of life on either one of these, but this one I noticed it's got a little bit of green, so this one survived. So I know 1 out of the 3 survived. Planted a gardenia American Beauty that just got planted today. The roses look good on both sides. I need to come in and weed eat again. I swear I live in here with the weed eater in between grooming clients. I need to trim that back. Don't know if that survived, but I see green on it, so I'm going to say it did survive. That is a pygmy date palm. It stays short. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing an archway with a gate here when I planted this stuff, nor did I have even the inkling or thought that I was going to be putting flower beds here. But by some grace of goodness, I planted these far enough away from the fence where I was able to fit the boxes without, and that's if they survived. If they didn't, they'll get pulled out and it will be even better. No big deal. What else? I know I'm kind of running through this quick because, like I said, I don't have very many memory on this phone. And that is the pride of Barbados. The leaves are coming back. I'm excited. That survived. That is beautiful. Once again, did not have the thought process when I planted that I was, because I have had a big walkway along the fence. So I thought, oh, it'll be just along the walkway. Well, the walkway now has become planter boxes. So, yeah, I will probably dig that out and move it, but I may not. I don't know. I haven't decided. I may leave it there because I have other ways to walk over here. So, you know, it may not be convenient, but it'll work. Also, this hybrid, it's a hibiscus. Oh, yeah, come here. And it's a big hit white hardy hibiscus that is definitely alive and coming back. So I'm excited about that. Once again, the roses are going to be pulled out of the pots. The green beans are looking good. Grass is growing back in the bed. I see zinnia seeds popping up. Zinnias pop up everywhere. It's crazy. I don't mind. I love the flowers. I just kind of let them do their thing. But, yeah. So, this is what the garden is looking like. The second Sunday of March. I can't even honestly tell you what today's day is. That is how fried my brain is at this point. I don't even know how I'm standing here. Icy is a very big hit to my heart and my brain capacity on researching lymphoma in dogs. She's 10 years old in stage 5, so it leaves me with limited options, and I don't want her to be in pain. I don't want her to be in pain the last few months she's here by doing chemo, because it does make the dog sick, and I don't want to do that to her. So asparagus is looking good. So anyway, not to end this on a Debbie Downer note, but this is what it's looking like. I'm trying. God knows how many days I've sat and cried because it's just not coming together as fast as I'd like it to. But I'm going to make it work no matter what I've got to do it. When you do farming all by yourself, sometimes it gets pretty damn fucking lonely. Excuse my language. It gets pretty darn lonely when you're doing all of this by yourself. Unfortunately, my husband's not into gardening. He'll go to garden stores with me because he knows it brings me joy. But when it comes to planting and taking care of the garden, it's definitely not his thing. He'll definitely eat the food that comes out, though. So at least, you know, he gets to enjoy that part of it. But yeah, you guys all have a blessed day. And if you have a dog or a cat or any pet, hug it and love it, because you're not always guaranteed time. Have a blessed day. Bye.